Good morning. I have been working on this giant queen ant threshold window painting, watercolor painting, for yesterday and then earlier in the week and then last weekend as well. And it's quite large paper, 18 by 24. It's a lot larger, bigger than I have used really ever for watercolor. And I'm absolutely loving it. I love working large. I really am an intricate person. So I usually work about 9 by 12 and that kind of size, but I'm really enjoying this big watercolor paper. I ordered some brushes that are big, like mop style, something more like this. This is just a cheap one and the hairs are getting all over the place, so I'm gonna ditch that one. But I wanted to talk a little bit about my inspiration for this painting and kind of some things that I've just been feeling and going through, which is very on track, it seems like, for what's happening within, astrology and the collective. I'm a Pisces, and there's a lot going on for the Pisces right now, which is, there's a lot of like self-doubt and reorganizing, moving out of things and people and moving into new situations, and it's a lot. It's kind of overwhelming. So I'm excited for March to kind of approach here. It is March 1st today when I'm recording this, and I'm excited for March because I can kind of feel like the excitement and the confidence kind of coming back online, which I had a plethora of before February, and I miss it. So I'm hoping it comes back. But I want to talk about my dream that I had that goes along with this painting. I get a lot of my ideas for painting just from my dreams, from what spirit kind of downloads into me, my experiences in the past too, and kind of using spirit animals and florals and other objects to just kind of work through symbolism, what's going on, inside of me. And I feel like if something's going on inside of me, it's happening with other people as well. So this painting is an ant. It's a giant queen ant, and I'll have some close-ups in the video as well. And I put some leaves on it. I'm not done with it by any stretch, but the queen ant, I woke up one morning awakened from this dream where it was my window and the queen ant was crawling out of my window, like it had just gone through the window. And I was like, I wonder what that means. It was just so prominent, and I knew it was a queen ant. It was just so large. And I kind of looked up the symbolism for a queen ant, and it means diligence, perseverance, hard work, kind of working as a leader in the background and just continuing, like that dedication, but just working and creating. And I feel like I'm the queen ant. I have so many projects going on that I definitely like put on myself, but they're in my mind and I have to work on them. I have to get them out of me. Otherwise I don't feel like myself. I feel agitated. And so I have all these projects going on, and sometimes it can be overwhelming to the point where I can freeze and just not know what to do. And I think this was a sign for me because the window is a symbol for a threshold. So am I going to work hard and go through this threshold? Or I have been working hard for several years now, especially this last year, and emotionally and just on my art, just in general, art in general, but trying to become a better artist, trying to make collections, trying to get back into my watercolor. And, am I going through the threshold right now? And that's why maybe there's just so many ups and downs for me at the moment. And like I said, as a Pisces, it is an emotional roller coaster of a month. And everything I see says we're going through a threshold, and just trying to surrender my way through this liminal space. I woke up, I think it was like a week before this, or maybe a couple days before, I this point I can't keep track, but I have a notebook. I put everything in, all my experiences. And I woke up to, in my ears, the words liminal space. And I always know that spirit guiding me and telling me it's okay, you're feeling like this, like you don't know, who you were doesn't fit, and who you are right now, you don't know exactly, like you're in this in-between state. You don't know, because that old person doesn't fit, the old version, but the new, you can't see it just yet. But all these things are falling away, and the new has not shown itself just yet. And he's like, I used to be able to picture and like know my path. And I think those things are being rearranged for me at the moment that I can't see, but I am getting signs that I know that this is the right path for me. Just feel it, feel into it, remain authentic, be who I am, and be confident and kind and, courageous and vulnerable, and all those things, a soft, open heart. I got Reiki done recently, acupressure, which was amazing, by the way. And what came through for her was for me to have a softer, open heart, which comes through a lot for me. I don't think I'm a cold person, but I could always have a little bit more softness for myself and others. I think all of us can. So this is what I've been working on. I also am going to include a lotus flower. So I looked up, I also wanted to show you, let's see, my sketch for this image, and I'm going to create a collection out of it as well. It has a crown with it, which I'm excited to make a crown with this painting. So I just worked on this sketch, and I think I'm going to title it Threshold, and then has lotus flower. This is just asemic writing, like automatic writing, that you can't tell what it is. I have no idea what it says. And the lotus flower, I looked that up, and it does represent like this liminal space. And I love lotus flowers. I love water lilies. I thought about getting a water lily tattooed along with my tiny little hummingbird, which is very meaningful to me. So the lotus flower, I'd like to include in this, and I'm just working with colors as well and seeing what kind of comes to me. And I'll be including some calligraphy, asemic calligraphy, as well as I have a huge collection now. Not a huge, I guess. I bought these on Amazon, a collection. They take up a lot of space. 8 different sea sponges. So I'm going to use these around the window, and then do some asemic calligraphy on the queen ant herself. She is a hard worker, and she's gonna get some calligraphy on her. So some cool patterns and textures. So I'll take you through kind of my process, some of the things I've been working on in my painting, and I'm excited for the big watercolor and to just kind of see how this all turns out.
lotus flower represents liminal space. It exists between two worlds. Its roots run deep into the murky mud below, while the flower rises above the water to breathe air and open to the light. The lotus has to push through the mud to come out on the other side, showing its beauty to the world, ready to be seen. The lotus has strength and perseverance to get through the challenging transition from darkness to light. Even though there's resistance in the darkness, it makes its way through to the sunlight. It's the perfect symbol for deep transformation and the process we go through to become the new version of ourselves. For me, the liminal space in between the old version of myself and the new one emerging has been confusing and painful at times. It's also been empowering and hopeful. I picture myself flying through the painting Among the Sierra Nevada by Albert Bierstadt, the wide open space where possibility is endless, the light peering through the clouds behind the mountains as if it's calling to me. It's the void where anything is possible, where I truly surrender to the beauty that's in front of me, that's meant for me.
I wanted to test out my textures I'm going to use around the windowsill of my piece, and I ordered these natural sponges, and I'm excited to kind of test them out first and see what kind of texture pattern I'm going to get before I actually just jump in on the finished watercolor piece. I'd rather just kind of know what I'm getting into first. And these, I've already soaked them in water and then squeezed them out, and they look completely different than what I got them when I got them in the package, just on Amazon. So I highly recommend. They look like they're going to be really cool. I've used natural sponges before, so this one intrigued me. I'm just going to take like a little piece, and I have my little cup of India ink here. The India ink is this big, I'm going to close it, this big bottle, super black India ink. I got a huge one of it just for, I knew I was going to use it for a purpose, something like this, using a lot of it. And I try to be really careful. I have placemats underneath everything, paper towels nearby. I do need to get some gloves though, because India ink can already stains very easily. So maybe I'll invest in some gloves, but I wanted to just see what kind of designs these would create, just a little bit at a time. And oh, that one's really cool already. Just kind of see what kind of textures, put that one to the side. And I don't know that I'll test every single one of them, just some I was just kind of thinking like, what would that look like? What would that pattern look like? I could also paint it. I'm just going to grab like dip it in there and grab like the edge. Oh, I got a lot on there. I don't want to get on my clothes either, so I'm going to be careful. Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, that one's way cool. Okay, I really like that one. Don't spill. I also have carpet underneath this table, so got to be really careful in here. Let's use... One thing I wish I would change about it, I could change, but very expensive. So you could just get like a hardwood floor. All right. More like a leopard print. I like it. Maybe not for this project. This one, I'm not so sure. Let's just test it out anyway. 'Cause I don't know. Might as well. Oh yeah, like little, it might be good for something. Let's try, that would be kind of neat. It's not very even. Let's try to get something like that. And, oh yeah, I think that might be neat. Oh, I love that one too. I think this one and this one might be my favorite. The windowsill it's not that thick. I wonder if this would work better. Could even like tear the sponge, which I'm okay with. You can always order more. They were like $8. I like that a lot too. Might put that one in my first pile. And I said I wasn't going to test every single one. I could be lying. I thought there was one more design. I really liked. It was on the bottom of something. No. Kind of similar. I like these holes. I don't know if I can get, let's do like the other end of that. Let's see if that works. I like the idea of the holes kind of showing through. I like it. It's not really what I was looking for. So, yeah, I could continue trying. Ooh, I like that. All right, one more. Got a little space right here. Let's see. I'm messing it up because I put too much ink on it. Let's see if we can see what it looks like though. I like it. I think I like the ones that are a little bit more airy. Well, it's kind of cool too. Okay, well, I don't know. I still haven't decided. I'm kind of leaning towards that little one. It's kind of right over here. This one might just be too big, but I love that. It's almost floral-like. I think it was this one. Yeah. So we're going to see what this looks like on my windowsill for the queen ant. Okay, I decided to go with the the littlest sponge that had that kind of texture to it, that center one right there towards the bottom. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to try and kind of make my way through just the frame is what I want to cover. I don't know that I'm going into the ant just yet. I have some calligraphy, abstract calligraphy that I want to use on that. This is small enough. I could come into the flower. We'll see. Let's see how this goes first. I think I like that. It gives some texture, almost like the ant was here, kind of crawling around, coming out through that threshold and into the light, into the day, which is what I'm feeling right now. I feel like I'm still in it, in the threshold, going through it and staying afloat. Okay, I think I like that. I'm going to start with kind of some of this on the head and then see where else it kind of creeps in. It might creep into the window windowsill as well. I tested out some of the asemic calligraphy. I actually switched from just abstract calligraphy actually. I switched from the thicker nib to the one that's just slightly thinner. It just feels better. I like how it looks. This one's a little chunkier. It moved into the legs a little bit. I think I am going to come over here and pop into the flower petals and down in the window just so I have some repeats, maybe a couple of the leaves too. Not go too crazy. It's already like a lot going on with the textures. little abstract orbs with my calligraphy pen, and I really like them. I included them on the ant, the head, the abdomen, or the body and the abdomen, and some of the leaves, just a few of the leaves, a little bit in some of the recessed areas or areas that were shadows for the lotus flower. And then I went back and just added a few of these just to kind of tie it together a little better, since I'm not using that texture. I don't know if I'm totally done not using that texture. I might come back just to have like a little bit of a repeat so it kind of flows a little bit better. But I think I'm going to try those little branches, or these little vines that have been drawn with Posca marker, but I think I'm going to make some of those kind of come into the ant. The vines come into the ant, and use the asemic calligraphy, which would be like little letters or words, or just almost like my writing and thoughts in cursive, but not have it be legible at all. So I think I might try and work on a little bit of that, but I like how it's coming together for my first giant watercolor. And I think also I really like working like to the edge. However, it does get problematic. I had the same issue with if I wasn't working on a block that was sealed all the way around, and my own problem. But yeah, I was getting some watercolor here and here. So I might have a taped edges from now on. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm really liking this and where it's going. I used this thin calligraphy pen, like really pointed, to kind of start writing about going into the threshold, which is that window. And this is all just cursive, like all the thoughts in my head, like go through the threshold and don't hold back. You've been working towards this for so many years, and have the confidence and strength. So those are the kinds of things I'm writing in cursive, and this is what my journaling looks like at night as well. So it's pretty scribble. I mean, it's all scribbles basically. I can never go back and like read my handwriting, and I kind of like end up dozing off a little bit, like almost like being in a trance sort of right before I sleep. So helps me sleep, actually, just gets it out. And I know I write to spirit, and hopefully I know that spirit is listening. And so yeah, that I'm kind of liking like these little branches. I'm having trouble kind of like turning my hand. It's such big paper, it's hard, and there's just a window behind or in front of me. So I'm gonna keep going with it. And I like that they're little vines just kind of growing upwards. I may just even come in and like just make some little extra vines as well that kind of flow off, kind of like on the leaves too, that kind of spurt from that little vine growing up from the ground. It's later in the day, and I'm really happy with my progress on the queen ant and the threshold. I really am enjoying making the asemic calligraphy writing with that thin calligraphy nib. So I'm definitely going to continue and do more of that, probably mostly in some of those white spaces. But yeah, I'm liking the big paper, and I'm having a ball with watercolor just in general. I just haven't used it in a long time because I was working towards Procreate and learning how to use that app and paint on the iPad basically. So this is just like a welcome return, and very satisfying, filled with symbolism, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm glad that you came along for my journey today, and I'm glad you're staying here. And give it a like and a thumbs up, and a comment would be fantastic. I'm a tiny little channel just trying to get my way under me and see how I want to approach things, and so any support would be amazing and very much appreciated. So I will see you in the next one.